Good morning, students, and welcome back. Today we will continue learning history, lesson number 7, sports and history. Till now, we have finished learning importance of sports, types of sports, and today we shall learn globalization of sports, games, materials and toys and history, sports, literature and movies, sports and professional opportunities. The very first, we shall learn about sports competition. Sports competition of various types is a worldwide phenomenon. There are many sports competitions held like Olympics, Asian Games, which is also known as Asiad, Paralympic or Special Olympics for disabled people, and Cricket World Cup, etc. are organized on regular basis. Now Paralympics is like Olympics, but it is for disabled, handicapped people to participate in sports. In 1948, Ludwig Guttmann organized the first competition for wheelchair athletes in Olympic Games. Then afterwards, separate games competition should be held for disabled people was decided. And then in Rome, that is in Italy, in 1960, first Paralympic Games were held for disabled people. Near about 400 athletes from 23 countries participated. There are many international sports competitions for sports like hockey, wrestling, chess, etc. are organized on a grand scale. In India, hockey and cricket are very popular, and hockey is our national game. Competitions of all these games are organized at local, city, taluka, district, state, national and international levels. Sports persons who perform well in national and international competitions have good career prospects. Now let's see, do you know? Major Dhyan Chand, an expert player of hockey, was also the captain of the Indian hockey team. Indian hockey team won a gold medal in 1936 at Berlin Olympics under his captaincy. He was also part of the previous Indian hockey teams in 1928 and in 1932, which was played at Olympics and won gold medals. 29th August is the birth date of Dhyan Chand and is celebrated as the National Sports Day in India. He was known as the Wizard of Hockey. Wizard means magician. So he was creating a magic in the game by getting more and more goals. So he was given the name Wizard of Hockey. He was honored with a Padma Bhushan in 1956. Now let's learn globalization of sports. Now what do you mean by globalization? Globalization means freedom of movement of people or exchange of goods all over the world. So globalization has brought the world closer, and due to communication, internet and transport, it has become easier to communicate to people in other part of the country and also to travel soon with the help of transportation. And globalization of sports means sports of a particular country is spread all over the world. The field of sports in the 20th, 21st century was naturally influenced by the process of globalization. So in 20th and 21st century, sports also became globalized. The international matches of various sports like cricket, football, lawn tennis can be watched on television in any corner of the world. For example, IPL match and Olympics is watched by people on television all over the world. Thus, citizens of the non-participant countries can also enjoy these matches. Non-participant countries means the countries who have not participated in IPL or in any Olympic games, but still they can also watch on the television. The World Cup winning match played by Indian cricketers was watched by cricket fans all over the world. That is, in 2011 when India won World Cup, which was between India and Sri Lanka. So this match was watched all over the world and not only in India and Sri Lanka. Sports fans scattered all over the world have significantly affected the entire structure of sports economy. That means when cricket match is played in other country, so cricket fans of India also goes to that country to watch the game. So sports fans of any country keep traveling to see their fans or favorite sports. Fans watch the matches for entertainment, but industrial and commercial companies look at it as a good opportunity to advertise their wear. Wear means product. You must have seen on cricket players' t-shirt, Byju's, Sahara, Oppo. This advertisement is done for commercial purpose, that is for selling their products. Retired sportsmen also have an opportunity to participate as commentators. Yes, all those players who got retired are now giving live commentary. You must have seen Sourav Ganguly, Kapil Dev, Navjot Sidhu, Virendra Sehwag. These all were the cricket players, and now they are giving the live commentary. So after getting retired also, they have good opportunity to become commentators. Now let's learn about game materials and toys. The means and equipments for the entertainment and education of children are called toys. So toys are used by children for playing, entertainment and for education. There are educational toys like arrange the toy alphabets or count the numbers, etc. A tradition of making different types of toys for entertainment has been going since ancient time. Clay toys have been found in archaeological excavations. These toys were fashioned. Fashion means made. So these toys were made either by hands or by using molds. In ancient Indian literature, dolls are mentioned. Then in Sanskrit play Mrichakatika by Shudraka. In this play also clay toys is mentioned. Mrichakatika means a clay cart. Now let's see, do you know? Katha Sarita Sagar has very interesting descriptions of games and toys. Katha Sarita Sagar is a book. And so in this book, there are descriptions of flying dolls. It mentioned that on pressing a key, that means by pressing a button, some dolls used to fly, some used to dance, and some used to make sounds. So this was an imagination written into the book Katha Sarita Sagar. Now let us see, let us find out. In India, there are regional traditions of making dolls. The wooden dolls made in Maharashtra were known as Thaki. So remember this for the objectives. Now let us learn about the toys and history. Toys can throw light on history and technological development. Now why it is said technological development? Because the toys were made in different materials. First it was made in clay, then in wooden form, then in metal, then in plastic. So advanced toys are going on coming. We can also get a glimpse of religious and cultural traditions through them. Toys gives us an idea about the cultural and religious development of that period. Toys and festivals are interrelated since ancient times. As a part of traditional Diwali celebrations, in Maharashtra, model forts are made. Clay images of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj and his soldiers and also people and animals are placed on these model forts. This tradition keeps the memory alive of the important roles of the forts in the history of Maharashtra. Then an ivory doll made by Indian craftsmen was found in the excavation of Pompeii, that is an ancient city in Italy. So we come to know that it is dated to the 1st century. This artifact throws light on the Indo-Roman trade relations. Thus, toys found in archaeological excavation can tell us about cultural contacts between nations in ancient times. Now let us learn about the sports literature and movies on sports. A new enterprise is developing in publishing related to sports in India. There is extensive written work on various sports in India. Many books related to sports and biographies are published. Encyclopedias are being written on sports. An Indian encyclopedia is written on exercise. History of Malakhamb is recently published. Sports magazines are published fortnightly and monthly. Many newspapers have allotted separate section or last pages for news related to sports. Then the magazine called Shatkar was a sports magazine published some years ago. Now also we have so many sports magazines like Sports Star, Sports World, Bharatiya Kushti Patrika, and some television channels are also exclusively devoted to sports only, like Star Sports, ESPN, Didi Sports, where only sports are shown. There are some movies made on sports like Lagan, Chak De India, Gold, etc. And movies made on biography of players like the film made on MS Dhoni. And all these movies are released in various languages. For instance, the films Mary Kom and Dangal. Mary Kom is the first Indian female boxer to participate in the Olympics and to win a bronze medal. So how hard Mary Kom has to struggle in her life, her journey for Olympics, all that is shown in detail in the film Mary Kom. Then the film Dangal. Dangal is based on the life story of Fogart sisters, who were the first Indian female wrestlers to win gold medals at various international competitions. The process of making a movie requires deep study of the particular period of the movie's story, language, dressing style, social life, etc. of that period. While making a movie on sports, the makers should have complete information on it. Nowadays, special research teams are appointed by the production houses, which do the thorough research on the subject of the movie. In order to gather information on the sports person or the sport, it is essential to do a study of books, articles, columns written by the eminent sports persons. If the movie is on sports person, or all the interviews published in national and international magazines and newspapers should be read by the person, that is by the expert. Then factors such as period, type of equipment used, sportswear, dressing style, social life needs to be studied. Now let's learn sports and professional opportunities. Earlier, sport was only for playing, entertainment, hobby, etc. But now, people look sports for making career in sports. So there are many professional opportunities available in the field of sports. Students of history can find many opportunities in the field of sports journalism. It is a must for a sports writer to know the history of the game he chooses to write on. In order to write a review on any sport competition, the critic should have knowledge of competitions held in the past. Expert commentators are in demand on television, radio, and various other private channels. And expert commentators need to have good knowledge of the history, statistics, previous records, eminent players, historical anecdotes. Anecdotes means short story on real incident. For example, commentators should relate the present situation with the past one. If the player has done hat-trick in getting sixers, then in the past, who all players has done hat-trick in sixers should also recall in their commentary. So all this related to the concerned game should be mentioned. So knowledge of history is useful for them. Matches of various sports like cricket, football, kabaddi, chess, etc. are shown live on television on the various channels. So they require cameramen and team of assistants to have uninterrupted transmission. Then professionals are required to keep a record of telecast of matches. Trained and qualified referees are required to work at district, national and international levels. Then coaches to train the players, playground staff to maintain the field, umpires, etc. are also needed. Overall, a great number of job opportunities are available in the field of sports. Sports are an integral part of education. Making of a player begins at school level. To make the players competent, they are given opportunity to play at district, state and national level. Talented and ranking players get state scholarship or national scholarship. Seats are reserved for them in colleges and universities. It has been observed that the foundation of successful players is laid in school life only. Now let us see, do you know? Bal J. Pandit was the first Indian cricketer to pioneer cricket commentary. People used to listen very eagerly to his broadcast from Akashvani. His well-studied commentaries were full of information about the history of the playground, career history of the players, anecdotes about the game, and established records of the game. His commentaries used to be entertaining because of these historical details. So students, here we finished learning the lesson number 7, Sports and History. So once again go through the textbook, read the lesson. Goodbye and take care.